All right, what's up, guys? Welcome back to Late Night Shots Podcast, episode 127. We have Danny Deshazer here today. You had a great run at the World Team Trials Challenge Tournament. What are you up to right now?
Not much, man. Just pretty much relaxing, man. Kind of letting my body heal back up a little bit and just staying ready, getting back to task. So pretty much taking some days to reflect and reevaluate myself, and we'll get right back to work. So just chilling, really.
Yeah, 100%. So, before we get into this episode, Derek has a quick word from our sponsor.
So if you know, we have three great sponsors: Body Art Nutrition, Liquid IV, and Defense Soap. You could use all of our links down below to shop with us. And then also we have, the merch line we launched a couple months back. We're about to add some new pieces to that. So you can find that also linked down below. And yeah, so I guess we'll get started. Welcome to the show, episode 127. It seems like these episodes are just flying by. And what other way to start out with, but then what a trials you had. You absolutely, I want to say, shocked a lot of people. I think people who knew, how good you were, they definitely weren't shocked at all. But a lot of people who didn't really quite know who you were, they were shocked. I think you probably had one of the best performances out of anybody that wrestled at the trials. So, just kind of talk to us a little bit about what the training was like getting ready for trials and everything that kind of led up to make it to the finals.
Yeah, nothing really changed, to be honest. We just pretty much kept everything the same. I think it was more so a mental thing for me and just kind of jumping over some hurdles and staying focused in the moment. So just going into trials, I was real focused and, I really wanted it. So I was out there and I just said, man, let's put everything on the line and show everybody how great you are. Like, I know how good I am and I know I can pretty much beat everyone at the weight class. So it was just going out there and performing. I knew I was going to have a Graf first match. So, I knew that was going to be a big one. I actually never beat Graf before. He's beat me twice before. So, it was just making some adjustments and staying focused. And, I knew there were some areas where I was better than him at. So just trying to get to my positions and, I ended up with the victory. So that was pretty good for me. And then, rolling into the semis with Rodriguez, to be honest, before that match, I beat him 2 times and he's only beat me once. So, it is what it is. I knew I could beat him as well. So it was just me wrestling my match and going out there and actually doing it. So I think that was the difference.
Yeah, I know Flo posted a video, right before that match. Last time we wrestled, you ran this man like right through that scoreboard. And then, I had to make the end of the post. But yeah, like what's
Man,
kind of your
that was
mentality
cool,
going
man.
into that? Because I know you came out firing like within like the first 10 seconds of the match, take down three guts, and then you kind of just got the last takedown for the tech a while later.
I mean, like I said, it was just me going out there and performing. So just going into that match, like the match before, the match that you guys had reposted when we had our little running into the TV, that was at the US Open. So that match, he danced around a lot. He kind of kept me away and kept pushing me away. He was trying to keep his distance. So he did that for about 5 minutes, actually. And as you can see, once I got his leg, I kind of, got overexcited. So things happened. But this time, just going into the match of the trial, it was just kind of like, we ain't got time for all that stuff. Let's get busy. Let's get active. So just went out there and got active, and good things come when I'm pulling that trigger. So
Definitely. Obviously you had a really tough opponent in the finals in, obviously Seth Gross, but going to go back a little bit to, your college days. You were a D2 guy. You wrestled at, I want to say, was it Kearney, right? You went to UNK? Yeah. And I know this year they just, kind of got back to the top of the podium. It was, a couple different schools flip-flopped, but I know they just won D2 Nationals last year. So what was that kind of like for you, going from, a D2 college wrestler to now almost getting a spot on Team USA, we're about to compete at Final X, what was that transition kind of like for you?
Well, man, to be honest, it was great, but everyone always says the D2, D3 stuff, blah blah blah. Man, that stuff don't matter, man. It's just you got to have the right mindset and you got to be ready to compete. There's good wrestlers at every level, so you can call me a D2 guy or whatever, but at the end of the day, we're all wrestlers. I mean, fresh out of high school, I went to a Division One. I went to the University of Oklahoma, and then I transferred to Nebraska Kearney. So, I mean, you guys can say what you want to say, but coming from a D2, it was, a lot of things are different from a D1. Just, that individual coaching, that high level competition every day, every week, and within the practice room. So a lot of things are different. So in order to just still be going and still be rolling and have the mindset that you can still do this thing, compete with the top guys, it takes a lot. So you got to really just have those conversations with yourself. But man, it felt good just representing UNK, especially, after they won their D2 title this year. It was great to kind of keep our name rolling and stuff. So the last time they actually won a title was my freshman year there. So my freshman year, I won a national title at UNK. And we also won a team title as well. So this year to see them win the team title again, man, it was amazing. And then, we still rolling, man, as you can see. So close, but not close enough this weekend.
Yeah, I know you talked about you being at Oklahoma, start your collegiate career. What kind of impacted you to transfer? Because I know that's a big thing nowadays. You see like a lot of Division One guys going like to these I want to say like these top tier D2 schools and then just like dominating everyone.
At the time, I had gotten into some trouble. So, end of the year, a little scuffle, doing some things I probably shouldn't have been doing, or however you want to look at it. But I was still on the team, but I lost my scholarship, and just financially, like, I can't afford to pay $30,000 out of pocket. So started looking around some other schools and stuff, and was actually going to go to Oklahoma State for a little bit, but once again, financially wise, that just wasn't it. So I ended up at UNK. I had a few friends there, and then once I got there, I kind of grabbed a few friends, and they came with me. So we all kind of pieced it all together with likes of Chase Nelson, Romero Cotton, Patrick Martinez, and we all kind of built something there, and we kept that thing rolling.
Now to add to that, leaving college, you're coming from a D2 program. A lot of those guys don't see many opportunities at the senior level, because it's just hard to get funding and stuff like that. How'd you go about like getting the opportunity, and like what kind of pushed you to want to make that jump?
To be honest, I just wasn't done wrestling yet, man. I figured like I still had some more to go. My senior year at Kearney, I got third, so I kind of still had a bitter taste in my mouth. So just moving forward, I was still at UNK. I was finishing up school, and we had just got we had a new coach coming along. So Dalton Jensen actually took over as the head coach, and then we brought in Sorensen as our assistant coach. So Sorensen was pretty much on the senior level before he took his coaching job. And he was like, hey, Minnesota just lost to Dardane brothers. I know they're looking for lower weights. I think you'll be a good fit for you. So he kind of reached out to him, and, I came and checked it out and checked out a few other places as well. And this is where I ended. But honestly, overall, it's not really that hard. I mean, if you want to continue wrestling, there's a place for everybody. So I would say don't give up, man. If you want to keep doing it, man, just reach out to people and see what's out there to offer for you. So that's pretty much how I went about it. I just reached out to some guys and, word of mouth, and talked to a few people who already been on the scene.
Yeah, I know the Go for Wrestling Club is they've been getting like jumping up the ranks pretty soon. Obviously guys lost Gable, his career's kind of over. But you had Zomer jump up like 3 weight classes. Ends right back at Fine Legs, gonna take on Gwiz. Like, I'm not sure if you were there while Gable's whole Olympic run or everything, but what was that kind of like? Just like wrestling with him in the room. Like, obviously you guys didn't wrestle each other, but having him in the room and all that.
Gable's motivation within himself. He's not, a lot of people look at him and they kind of just say, oh man, he's just talented, but man, he puts in his work and he works hard as well. And just being side to side and watching him grow from a young kid to a man, to an adult, to an Olympic champion, man, it's an honor. And, we're pretty close. So we're good friends as well. So it's just been an honor just to be in the room with him. I mean, he works hard, man. And I think that COVID year was a big jump for him. I think COVID was the best thing that happened to him. He kind of, he took that loss his freshman year, and I think that kind of humbled him a little bit. But that also, and made him work hard. And he was literally a week before nationals, and nationals got taken away. But he also got another year to prepare for Gwiz, which was his next big task to go tackle. So that year off, man, you see it within his body, man. He came back a physical, he came back a man. He was working hard in the wrestling room, challenging himself and pushing himself. And man, he started to kind of love the weight room, and you can see it in his performance, man. He's a lot stronger and a lot faster, and he already had the skills. So, man, that was just icing on the cake. So he's a beast, man. He just motivates you. I mean, how can you not be motivated when you got an Olympian in your room every day?
Yeah, I know this is a question I would ask because we had a couple of Ohio State guys on before, being on a team with Kyle Snyder. I know like all the cameras are kind of on you at that point. And, I think a lot of guys just kind of get freaked out by that in college because, like, no other team's getting the spotlight, really. You have Penn State with, like, this whole superstar team in college every year having spotlight on them. And then you have Gable Steveson, who's dominated, like, everyone in the world at this point. So, yeah. Derek, you can hop into whatever.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I feel like anybody who's got the opportunity to, wrestle in the same room as Gable could say, that he is definitely one of a kind type of human being. Everybody was really sad to see him go, but, he's out in the world making his money now, chasing his bag. I mean, he's so young. He really honestly could do this whole WWE thing for a couple of years and then come back. And I guarantee he'll still be just as good. It's
Gone yet?
It's insane. It's crazy. Yeah, he definitely like he could go to WWE and then come back in 5 years and still probably win the Olympics. Like that he could come back
I do both. Who knows?
That's what I'm saying. He could come back next cycle and just clean it up. Like nobody could stop him. Nobody in the United States is as good as Gable Steveson. I'd put my money on it.
Definitely.
But I mean, also, we talked to Christian Lance, who was also, he was a Division II guy as well. And, we use that term lightly for, for the guys, that have gone and, succeeded levels, like you, him, just there's tons of guys that wrestle at that level now that are, wrestling for Team USA. And, just recently, Christian Lance All-American, he kind of just talked a little bit about, what the struggle was like and the differences, the indifference he went through and trying to find people to practice with in the summer and, all that kind of stuff, because you're not at a D1 school. So is that like for you kind of like just going through the years, just trying and fighting to get people in the room with you to practice, doing that extra mile while being at a D2 school where, it's not really as highly trained as a D1 school?
I would say, honestly, that's probably one of the biggest struggles. But being at UNK and we kind of hold ourselves to a different standard, there was always guys that was willing to, step in the room with me. They're like, hey, Dab, I know you about to get ready for a tournament. Like, I'm here for you, So I always had about 2-3 guys there with me willing to put in work. But yeah, it's definitely different because, D1 is like we still have full practice schedule all summer pretty much. Like, if it's 3 days a week or whatever, like, the whole team is still there. So it's a lot different being at a D2. A lot of guys, I wouldn't say they're not dedicated, but it's just not priority. You know what I mean? It's not like a second job.
Stay where their school is at. They got to go back home. Yeah,
you got to go back home. You can't afford to stay in the dorms or stay in your apartment. You got to find a job over the summer. Where D1 guys, you're wrestling, you're getting better, you're getting individual coaching over the summer, you're still lifting with the weights coach, you're making big gains. But I mean, just being at the D2, that was a big struggle. But I would say the difference between D2 and D1 on the positive side of things, though, I would say because D1 is sometimes we take life too serious sometimes, and at the D2, I know we kind of like. Like UNK, we still take it serious. We hold ourselves to a certain standard and we want to win, but we also realize, man, you still want to have fun. You still want to be one big family. And I know at a lot of D1s, like you have separate groups and separate cliques and stuff. But at D2, at least at UNK, what I experienced, man, it was one big family and everyone was on the same page, and when it was time to go to war, you had a brother right by your side. So, I mean, there's perks, with being D1 and D2, but I think sometimes a little D1s they take things a little too serious, and some guys lose the fun when wrestling. But I was fortunate enough to be in a situation where it was still fun and I still enjoyed my time, so it was cool.
Definitely. I think it's there's no slack in coming from one of those programs, especially now. I'm sure people can't really say anything. I'm sure you've beaten tons of D1 guys that were all Americans or this or that. You've really kind of proved that it doesn't matter. If you got the heart and you got the will to do it, you could do whatever you want.
I've been good my whole life, so for somebody to sit out there and try to categorize me as this and that and don't think I'm gonna lay it on the line and be able to beat this guy, they're crazy.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
I'm not worried about it.
Obviously, sadly, you lost. Obviously, you fell to Seth Gross in the finals, so he'll be going on to Final X. But for you, it's definitely not over. So what's kind of next for you? What's competition wise? What are you looking forward to do next?
I actually got to head to New York on June 8th. So Hayden Zimmer's gonna be down there competing, and I got to actually have a true third match with Megaludis. So we'll be putting that on the line for the USA team. So that's what's next for me. So like I said, I'm just relaxing these last few days, but today I kind of kicked things back up. So we're getting back ready. We gotta go make sure we get this, take care of business.
Is that going to be streamed, or is that just something you're doing on the side there?
No, it'll probably be live.
Okay.
Yeah, so they got the Final X card. I'm assuming we'll probably before the Final X card. We'll probably be like first match or something, or maybe they'll mix us in, but we'll figure it out. I mean, I'm pretty sure it won't be the only true third match there, so
yeah. So
we'll figure it out. We'll get to it.
That's just because you didn't beat Megaludis in semis.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if Gross would have lost, then it would have been over because Gross already wrestled Megaludis. But me and Megaludis never wrestled in the bracket, so he gets an opportunity at the true second or true third, however you want to look at it. And we're gonna take care of business.
With Final X, coming up, you want to make our picks, or?
I'm ready.
All right, 57. We got Gilman versus Vito.
Gilman all the way. That man is a nutcase.
I think I'm gonna say Gilman, but skill wise, I like Vito though.
Yeah.
I think Vito has the skills to do it, but I think there's something that might be missing a little bit. I don't know, but I like Gilman. I wouldn't be surprised if Vito took it though, but winning 2 out of 3 against Gilman, that'd be a little tough.
Yeah. 61. We got Fix versus Gross. I think last time they wrestled, it was pretty bad, but
It was a fixed tech.
Yeah, it was wild.
I'm gonna go Fix.
Fix. Yeah.
I don't think it'll be a tech again, but I'm gonna go Fix.
Yeah. All right. 65. Yanni versus Henderson.
Yanni.
But they were practice partners a lot last year when Henderson was at Cornell. So Henderson could know something. Yeah. Who knows?
I mean, I did not expect Henderson to beat what's his name, Kendrick Maple or Nick Lee. So I mean, not gonna count it out. Like all he needs to do is just one move, put some down in his head, take the next match is over.
He's got that ability to score a lot of points and bunches. So you never know what you're gonna get from Henderson. But man, I didn't expect him to beat Kendrick either.
Yeah.
Me and Kendrick, we grew up together, we went to same high school and everything. So yeah. Definitely what I was rooting for.
Is this mic kind of lower?
Yeah. If you could just speak up a little bit.
I got you.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, that's good. So what's it? 70. That's the big one. Everyone's talking about Zane Rutherford or Jordan Oliver.
Zane trained PSU. Zane Rutherford 100%. Not a chance Jo takes it. Zane trains pulling out of the station.
It's in Gallagher Arena.
Jo all day. Jo is not losing.
Jo at
Zay-
Oklahoma State. I mean,
At Oklahoma State, ain't no way.
I don't know if I can
Zay
bet against that.
Gray.
I think Deacon was my pick to win that, but after what Jo did, I don't know.
I got Jo, man. Jo's gonna have a little bit more recovery time too. He's probably gonna be one of the later matches. So
Yeah, that's true. I got Jo in 3 though.
Okay.
You got to make it interesting. Just close out with it.
I'm going Rutherford.
Okay. You know what?
I'll say
74.
Rutherford
I
in
mean,
3. I'm gonna say Rutherford in 3. Here, big thing I'm saying 74. Dake in 3. I think Nolf gets a match off of him.
I don't think that, but I don't think Nolf gets tech this time. I think the Olympic
think Nolf
trials was
gets
just
a match.
a poor display of his ability, but because they wrestled at the one of the Rockfin cards, it was 5-0.
I'm gonna go Dake.
No, Dake in 2, right?
Dake in 2.
Okay.
Not a chance. Nolf's getting a match off of him.
You know what, Derek?
I'm back here again for this one. Marsteller, not a chance he wins, but he's gonna take a match off of Burroughs. 2-1 Burroughs.
No.
And it's gonna be 1-1-1.
No, it was like 8-0 3 months ago. We gotta stop.
Hey, that's not the same chance for Marsteller. If you saw how that man wrestled the trials, he was on a warpath.
That was like a 10% healthy Jordan Burroughs, though.
Hey, continue.
But we're gonna come. I'm gonna clip all of these and I'm gonna post them, and then you're just gonna look so bad.
Uh-huh.
Be like Luke Pletcher, raw dog and Pop Tarts again.
Oh Jesus. Next,
That's what's good, but I'm gonna
86.
take JB, man.
Yeah, 86 is the big one.
Magic Man, not a chance that he wins.
That was going to 3.
I think that one's going to 3. I got Taylor in 3.
Nah, I got Taylor
Taylor's
too.
getting old, man. And Zahid is good.
Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Zahid is good.
That man is on a different level. David Taylor, he
That guy
knows.
hasn't wrestled once all year.
I don't think they've wrestled. I think we were gonna
Yeah,
see that at the
I don't-
Olympic trials, then Bo just like chin whipped him.
Yeah.
I don't think David has wrestled once all year.
He hasn't.
No, he's
Yeah.
old, man. He got 2 kids.
What's he been doing? Is he hurt? Is he healthy? What's going on?
Yeah, like ever since he lost to Yazdani, he's been like off the grid a bit. It wouldn't surprise me if he took this. I'm not gonna call it though. I think Zahid takes the first match though.
Taylor in 2.
All right. You know what? All right. 92. This is, I'm excited for this one. Nate Jackson versus Jaden Cox.
Cox in 2.
I'm gonna have to go Cox.
Yeah, Cox. It was 6-1 last time, so I mean probably.
It's Cox in 2 or Cox in 3. There's no way that Cox loses.
I don't think he loses a match. I just think it's like his offensive ability is going to be based on how much Nate Jackson just shoots on him.
It'll be close though.
Yeah.
Kyle Snyder versus Colin Moore.
I don't want to do this one. I'm skipping this one. I'm just.
You know,
I love Colin Moore. I love Kyle Snyder. I'm gonna keep my words quiet on this one, but because I'm not gonna say anything.
Colin
You an Ohio State fan or Penn State fan? Which one are you?
I'm a Penn State guy, but Colin Moore, he came on the podcast. He was really nice to us. He was a great dude. But if I have to make a choice, I'm gonna go Kyle Snyder in 2. Unfortunately, I'm sorry, Colin Moore. I apologize, but I'm gonna go Snyder in 2. He's just a different. He's a different level of human being.
Dude, I'm convinced like they don't even care at that time. Like I remember Moore going to Olympic trials finals match, and he was just like, all right, when he lost. Because I remember NBC had the headline as Snyder wins second Olympic berth with easy win over Colin Moore. And then the comments were just ruthless on that one.
All right, 125 kilos.
Yeah.
I'm going to make a bold prediction. I'm going to say Zomer is going to do the Gable Stevenson, and I think Zomer will beat Wisdowski.
Right.
I'm gonna stay quiet on this one since y'all teammates, but
Ah.
I'm gonna go Silver. I think Wiz is old.
after the way Gwiz looked against Cassiope, man, I don't know.
I'm going Zilmer, man. He's gonna be ready.
No, I respect
I
it.
think it's his time to shine.
I think if we give him
I'm the shine.
another
Man.
year, he'll be big enough to go back and forth with Gwiz for a spot. But I think Gwiz is gonna make his team, and if he medals, this might be a career
He
for
might
him.
be done.
So yeah,
Yeah, that might be over.
I think he's just looking for one last medal there, and he's gonna be out. So, and, he was close last year too. So, but yeah,
Definitely.
what did we not touch on?
Nothing. So it's time to do the questions. You can go first.
Final X picks was my question, but we'll hop in the other one. So, your top 3 favorite collegiate wrestlers of all time. We'll do this. You can pick 3 from D1, and you can pick 1 from D2, but it can't be from UNK.
Don't matter. Top 3 of all time. That's tough. Wrestlers. Just because I got to see him with my own eyes, I might have to go no particular order. Darian Caldwell, he was just electric. Ed Roof, he always put on a show. Man. Woo. Let me see. Somebody I'm missing. I just can't think of.
You got David Taylor, Kyle Dake, Jordan Burroughs, Kale Sanderson, Kyle Snyder.
I'll take J.O. over all of them you just named.
That's solid. I remember the post they put out, I think yesterday, on him wrestling Rutherford. They were listing his accolades in the description. They said 2-time national champ, and then everybody's just arguing about that takedown with Steber. And there was like 200, 300 comments on there. But yeah, no, that's a solid
He's
one.
the rule of the year after, so that speaks for itself.
Yeah, 100%. I think that would have been interesting to see how things play out. But I've said this also. I think if Fix got the hands to the face call in 2019, he'd be a 3-time national champ. But
you think he would, if he wins that, the ball keeps rolling?
Yeah, I think that one kind of
I agree.
Messed with him mentally. And I feel
agree.
like now, if Fix has this run, Andy has another one, and then Michael McGee might be on him. I'm not gonna make any picks though, but
He has what, one? He has 2 more years technically, but really 1.
Yeah, I think that would be his 9th year if he takes another Olympic red shirt. So I feel like he's kind of he's going to college for free. So I mean,
Think he wins 1?
wait, what do you mean? Do I think he does, or?
Yeah.
I don't think so. I don't think there's a way he doesn't at this point.
I think there's a way he does it.
Next year, if RBY is back,
I think he can go up to 41 and win. Like, I feel like RBY's talent is like kind of like underlooked because I think RBY would be like a world medalist at 61. So, I mean that's just me. But yeah, Fix has like that savviness and freestyle that just somehow gets him whatever he wants. So But the second question is, throughout your entire wrestling career, if you had to pick one person who's had the biggest impact on you, wrestling wise and in life, who would that be and why?
probably my dad. To be honest, my dad, he was always a good, solid foundation in our family. He always kind of pushed us and held us to a certain standard. And Yeah, he always made sure he challenged us in life and within the mat and stuff, and he always made sure we were prepared to go. So I would definitely have to say probably my dad.
Yeah.
Cool.
And if you had to pick the favorite match of your wrestling career, what would that be?
I don't know if I really got a favorite match. I don't know.
Yeah, like a most important match or something.
Feel like that first night title had to be pretty nice.
I would say that as for my biggest memory, I would say that year, my freshman national title, that was probably definitely one of my top memories. Just going out there, because even like my semis match, like that dude had beaten me. There were like three other national champions in that bracket with me, and to come out on top, I actually pinned the guy in the semis who beat me previously. So it was good energy going into the finals, and the guy I beat in the finals was a two-time runner-up. So I beat him, and it was just good. And I want to say, I think I sealed the deal with my win for the team title. So it was pretty great. So won it as an individual and won it as a team that year as a freshman. So that was definitely a great memory.
That was like heavyweight this year. D2 heavyweight was stacked at nationals.
It was crazy.
It was insane. Like, I want to say every guy in the finals was either an All-American or a national champion or a D1 transfer. Every guy. It was insane. It was crazy.
Debo did his thing, man. Shout out to him, man. He had a lot of stuff going on. He fight through adversity, and he got it done. So
And
congratulations to him.
he beat a damn good opponent too.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, the entire, I think, top 6 was like all D1 level guys. So,
Oh yeah.
but yeah, Derek, hop into your questions.
All right. It's time for my questions. My questions are a little bit fun. Don't worry, I won't put you on blast like I did with Pletcher. I really got him.
Go for it. That's why we're here.
So we'll start off classic. We're trying to get a Pop-Tart sponsorship. So I'm going to ask every single person what their favorite flavor Pop-Tart is. So go ahead.
Pop-Tarts, not really my thing, but if I had to wake up and eat one, I'm gonna probably go s'mores.
Let's go. Two
Good
in a row of
choice.
s'mores. I'm telling you.
Good choice. Good choice.
I picked
respect
s'mores,
that.
and this man was on my ass.
What's your favorite flavor ice cream? What's your favorite flavor ice cream?
Ice cream? Ooh, now we're talking. I can definitely do anything cheesecake or cookies and cream.
Ooh.
Uh,
What about
that's
Oreo cheesecake ice cream? That's like the best of both worlds.
So, sign me up. If there's a brand out there who makes Oreo cheesecake ice cream, all three of us, we need some sent to the doorstep.
Yeah, we can, and then we'll come on and we'll video it and we'll all do a live taste test. That's
Live
there you
taste
go.
test.
There you
Hey,
go.
I'm really a heavyweight at heart, just to let y'all know.
Yeah, that's what everybody says. Everybody just enjoys, especially in the off season when you can eat. Everybody enjoys eating.
Yeah.
Like I think my 141 pounder on my team right now. I think he's like 190 right now. Not even kidding. He's 190 walking around. He's full. The kid used to cut so much weight. I feel bad for him. But last question. You could take 3 of your Gopher Wrestling Club teammates into the zombie apocalypse with you. Who would they be and why?
I'm definitely taking Hayden Zilmer. He's he's built different, man. He's always ready to go. He's gonna bring the energy, and he's gonna pack the muscle with him too. So definitely bringing him along. He's a nature guy. He's gonna figure it out. There's not really that many of us, to be honest, at the moment though. There's only 3 of us. Owen Webster, definitely bring him along. He's always ready to go to battle. And then I'm gonna have to bring our coach with me. I have to bring Dustin Slater. He's pretty savvy. He's very his knowledge is very unexpected. So there's a lot of little bitty things that he knows that you wouldn't even think that someone would know. So
yeah. And final question. After a quick ponder at your Instagram, you have some very nice outfits you've worn. What's your favorite pair of sneakers that you've ever owned?
Definitely some J's. Probably retro 11s.
Retro 11s. Solid choice.
Retro 11s for sure.
What about wrestling shoe? Favorite wrestling shoe?
I'm not really that big into wrestling shoes, but if I could like just randomly just go grab a shoe right now, I'd probably
Yeah.
randomly grab them Colats are nice.
I agree.
Yeah.
There's some nice shoes. All right. Well, oh wait, you also got the opportunity to meet Brock Lesnar. So what was that like?
Oh man, Brock is great, man. Meeting that dude, you only see him on TV, so you'll kind of think he's just, that's an act, and he's, he'll be professional, but man, that dude brings a whole bunch of energy, man. He's pretty funny actually too. He's pretty funny. He brings a lot of energy, and man, he motivates you to a whole different level. I like when people talk shit, so Brock kind of talks shit. He'll get you hype in the practice room, and man, it's just a whole different energy. And then just obviously being next to him, and he's huge. So, but
He is a
yeah,
large human being.
he's definitely a great guy. He's a great mind to pick, and he's been in a lot of places, and he's met a lot of people. So, just being able to talk to him and pick his brain a little bit, man, it's a great opportunity. But yeah, you run into a lot of people like that around here.
Good to know. Well,
Oh.
We wish you the best of luck against, with your match against Megaludis on June 8th. We'll make sure we tune in and make sure we post about it. And yeah, thank you for giving us your time, coming on, talking to. We appreciate it.
Oh, yeah, man, I appreciate it, man. Appreciate both of y'all. Thanks for having me, man. Hopefully this isn't our last time. Hopefully we get to do this thing again. So,
Yes, sir.
yeah,
Yeah,
shout out to y'all, man. Appreciate everything y'all doing. Y'all bring the skyrocketed out the way, by the way. I've seen it, man. It's boom. And crazy. So
Definitely, we appreciate it, man.
Appreciate you
And like
coming
he
on.
said, if any company wants us to do a live food review next time, reach out, slide in the DMs. We'll make sure we spread the love out, and we'll eat some food, and yeah, get you some money.
oh, let's get it.
So this has been Late Night Shots podcast. See you guys again next time.